I wrote like a tab, but it's taken a while to get approved, and some people learn better visually, so I'm gonna do this. Somebody else wrote in the comments to a cover I did with my friend Miss Katrin Hopkins. I'll link her below because I don't really use this channel anyway, but I thought it might be nice to help some people. So it's a pretty simple song. It's in standard tuning. I have a kappa on 2 because my guitar's a full step down, but you won't need a kappa. Obviously you can move it wherever you like. And we'll just get straight into it. So it's a pretty simple song. It's in G. I'm not gonna like talk through how to play like every chord because I'm guessing you know what like a G is and a C and stuff. I'll talk through some of the weirder ones, right? But the intro is literally just G and C alternating with a small riff. So we start with a G. The strumming pattern I kind of improvise. You sort of get a feel for it if you listen to the song, right? So like. So we're going from G to what's a C add 9. Easiest way to do that is to when you're making your G chord, 3 2 open open 3 3, and keep these two fingers on the 5th and 6th string. Keep them basically like pressed down the whole time. So then when you switch from the G, so sorry, flatmates are super loud. Put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string and hammer on the 2 on the D, so you get like a. So that's pretty easy, and it does that for basically every C chord in the entire song, so it's like super easy once you get used to the motion of it. The only other part is the like intro riff. So when he goes to the C chord in the intro, there's a. So essentially after you switch to the C chord, what you can do is either just go straight from like here, so you don't have to do the slide, and you essentially play the open G string and the 3rd fret on the B string, and then on the B string slide from the 3rd fret to the 1st fret, and then from the 1st fret just like pull off to the open string. Obviously like the way it's properly played is there's a slide, but if you're like playing a C add 9 like rather than a C, then sometimes the slide's a bit hard to get to, so that's up to you, I guess. Like if you're just doing a cover and like trying to sing the song right, no one's really gonna give a shit, so it's fine. So the entire intro and verse essentially until we get to the change is literally just. And that goes all the way up until what's the fucking lyric? Wait a sec, I'm gonna look up the lyrics, it's a mess. I found the lyrics, right. So, we've got, and she lays down on a bedroom floor, yada yada. And then when you get to the chemicals that make her laugh don't seem to be working anymore. The chemicals that make her laugh. And that's an A minor or an A minor 7, which is ignore the E string and then open 2, open 1, open. So the chemicals that make her laugh, and then you keep your index finger where it is, and you take your middle and ring finger and you put them on the 2nd fret of the G and the E string, and you play a D7 for the she'd like to love her child nevertheless, or don't seem to be working anymore, or all of those lines. And then you just go back into G and C. So the entire verse is, and she lays down on a bedroom floor. The chemicals that make her laugh don't seem to be working anymore. And then it's the same for the second verse as well. and that goes all the way up until the part in the third verse where it kind of moves into the and I don't think that's asking for too much. So once you get to that part of the song, like, and she just wants to feel something, and I don't think that's asking for too much, you G, C, G, and then I think this is an E7/G sharp, but it might have an actual name. So there's like a transition chord. So we go. So you take your little finger and put it on the 4th fret of the E string, and then 2nd fret of the A string, D string is open, G string is 1st fret, and then the B and E are both open as well, and then that's an E7/G, like with a G sharp on the bass, and it's like basically a chromatic step up to the A minor, and then back to the D7 like before. So the entire thing is, and I don't think that's asking for too much. And when I go to sleep, A minor, D7, it's when she begins to weep, and those are the same chords again, G, E7/G sharp. And then this is like the kind of weird part, the timing's a bit strange, and I play it differently to the original, but I mean, you can sort of go like where you want with it. I move up to the 7th fret on the A string, and play the E and the A together, and this is like an E5 power chord basically, but I'm leaving like the rest of the strings open, so that's open, 7, 9, 9, open, open, and you get to the she's appalled part. So when she begins to weep, and then play the E and the A at the same time once you like shift to that chord. And I sort of like arpeggiate, I don't like playing it all the way through, so I kind of, and then it switches down to, I think this is an E minor/D sharp, I'm not sure. Ignore the E string and then go 6, 9, 8, open, open. So essentially you're just taking your like pinky off completely, move your index down 1 fret, and put your middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string, and play all the way through, and then move index finger down 1 again, and then the same chord shape. So ignore the E string, 5, 7, 7, open, open, which is a D, and then make exactly the same change. So index finger down 1, pinky comes off, middle finger goes onto the 6th fret of the G string now. So the entire thing is literally, and then after that you just go to a C. She wears a frown and dressing gown, and then to a D7, and then when she lays down, and that is literally the entire song, like all the way through. There are some like small other things you can do. So when I play the song like on my own, after the D7, you can take the like B and the E strings and play, ignore the E and the A, and just go open, 2, 4, 5. And it's the discord and it sounds pretty weird on its own, but like when you have it in the entire thing, you've got, she wears a frown and dressing gown when she lays down. And that's literally the entire song. When I get the chords like up, I'll put them in the description in case I talk this through super badly, but hopefully I sort of helped somebody maybe somewhere in the world. I'm sorry, I don't like being on camera, but it's a super nice song and I really want to like see other people cover it, and for some people working songs out can be stressful, and there are super talented people out there like you presumably who could do some good things. So hopefully this was helpful. If not, then I apologise. If it was, feel free to let me know, or don't. That's entirely your prerogative. And have yourself some wonderful times. Thanks for stopping by, guys.